This is my new favorite handle. This is the Tilta Advanced Side focus handle. And the reason why I like this handle so much is because you can control your nucleus nano from the handle here. It's got a little focus wheel allowing you to control the nucleus nano. So now I really wanted to make a video about this handle because I couldn't find any videos really explaining this handle the way that I was looking for. So let's talk about this handle a little bit. It takes an NPF 550 or 570 battery. And so that just goes in at the bottom. There is no battery door, so it just sits there with a little lever holding it in place. And then once you have your battery in there, now you can power the handle on with the record button. So if I push the button here, the light now turns green, which means that the handle is powered on and whatever devices are plugged into the handle are now getting power. So speaking of devices being plugged in, there are two ports on the back of the handle here. There is a USB-C and a DC out, but the way they intended was the USB-C out was for the nucleus nano, and then the DC out is for your camera. So now if you also look here on the side of the handle, there is this button right here that says cal or calibrate. Once you have the nucleus nano plugged in here and it is turned on, you can hold this button down for around 3 seconds and it will automatically calibrate the nucleus nano. If you're using a photography lens or a lens that doesn't have hard stops, you are going to have to manually stop the lens. Kind of sucks, but you know, it still works though. Now, once you have it calibrated, you can set A and B points with the calibrate button. So if I have my entire focus mapped out on the calibrate, I can pick my A point, I can press the calibrate button, go to my B point, press it again, and then this light will change blue, and now the entire throw of this focus wheel is from A to B, and then you just push it again, and then it goes back to the full focus map or whatever. So now again, if you see this button on top, it is actually a record button. Now that is intended for if you have the run stop cable that goes from the nucleus nano to your camera, you can use that record button to record and stop recording. Now, one of the main things I liked about this handle was that it rotates. And that's what the advanced part comes with, because Tilta makes other focus handles, but this is the advanced one allowing you to rotate the handle. It's a little hard to show you right now because I'm obviously using my camera, but if you can imagine this being attached to my camera, right? I can push a button over here and then rotate the handle. They make a bunch of different attachments for these handles. Right now I just have an extension arm. So if I loosen the little knob here, I can extend this out. And this just attaches with a 1/4 rosette mount on the receiving end. Now they have all kinds of different attachments for this handle. They got like just a normal RE rosette. They have two different types of nano attachment ones. There is just a regular screw-on one with locating pins, and then there is the extension arm. So the part that I was confused about is what cables do I need to be able to pull focus and actually use this handle. Now this is not a wireless handle, so if you have your nucleus nano attached to this handle, it is not wireless, but if it's connected to the handle, you can still use the included wireless hand unit with the nucleus nano. So you could have both of these. You could have this attached to your camera and then you pulling focus, and then you could have someone else over there also pulling focus or helping pull focus. So using the handle doesn't completely limit the wireless capabilities of the motor. But if you were to connect the motor to this handle, you would need a micro USB to USB-C cable. If you tried to connect the motor to the DC out port here, it will not work. This is only for power. There's no data transfer at all. And then if you wanted to use the record and stop recording button, you would need a run stop cable from the nucleus nano to your camera. And those are really the only two cables that you'll need. I will say though, once you first start using this wheel, it does take a little bit to get used to. But once you get used to it, pulling focus is super smooth and it is very touchy. Just the slightest bit of movement on the handle will show up in the motor. Now, I don't know if you've noticed here, but I have a white handle. They actually don't make these anymore. I was looking on eBay and I saw a rare white edition, so I had to get it. I've been looking for one for a while. I've been thinking about getting one, and I came across this beautiful white one. You know, I had to get it, and here we are. It was one of the last pieces of gear that I wanted for my camera rig. Now, it does come with a Tilta hand strap, but I chose to use the small rig one because it's a little bit wider. So yeah, overall, I really like this handle. It has become my new favorite side handle. It does take time to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's hard to go back to the regular hand wheel. So with that being said, that was a quick little video of the Tilta Advanced Side focus handle. If you still have any questions about this handle, just leave them below. I will try my best to answer them. I tried to answer all of the questions that I had about this handle when I was searching for it. So I hope you learned something, and I hope I solved some of your questions. That being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.